Hello everyone, Adam from NoobFeed.com here, and I will be discussing Blair Witch today. As always, this will be a short impressions video, and if you want a detailed review, there will be a link in the description where you can read it. Blair Witch is the latest game from Blair team, the acclaimed indie team behind Layers of Fear and Observer, and is based on the popular horror franchise The Blair Witch. It's a fantastic horror game that generally had me scared at certain points of the game. This is due to the game's incredible atmosphere and tone that captures the uneasiness of exploring the haunted woods. You take control of Ellis, a police officer who has volunteered to join a search party for a missing child named Peter despite his ex-wife and boss asking him not to, in hopes of redeeming himself for the horrible things he's done in his past. Tagging along is his dog Bullet, who plays a major role in both exploration, combat, and the narrative. The environment feels intimidating when you're exploring it, especially when you're looking for clues in the dark, but Bullet serves as your navigation, often pointing you in the right direction with simple requests such as seek this target, or coming through with critical items needed to solve the game's puzzle. Beyond Bullet, Ellis has access to his phone, walkie-talkie, and other unimportant random items. The phone and walkie-talkie connect Ellis to his co-workers and his ex-wife Jess, providing more context into Ellis' life. Bloomer team went the extra mile to include all the functions of the old phone, such as old games like Snake. These also serve as ways the narrative can end, with Bloomer team offering different ways for the game to end with multiple endings. What I was shocked about is that they decided not to make a similar experience like to Outlast using a video camera to tell the story, since this franchise is notorious for popularizing the found footage technique. Instead, it's a first-person exploration title. That being said, Bloomer team still remains loyal to the source material. Video cameras and cassettes are still scattered in the environment and are used to solve puzzles by altering time. In addition, there's an actual combat system that Bloomer team doesn't generally use within their titles, instead of relying heavily on stealth. The deadly creatures, which I can't show for the sake of spoilers, are incredibly unnerving. Bullets help allows you to locate the monsters, and you use your flashlight to kill them. Despite the combat constantly playing out in the same way, the atmosphere and sound design creates this frightening experience that makes every encounter intense, especially when Bullet starts to growl. This all combines for a gripping horror experience despite the graphics not being on par with most modern releases. Although Blair Witch excels at being one of the best horror games you can experience right now, the biggest flaw of the game are the technical problems. Random times I would get stuck on the environment or the interface would simply not work. All of these problems can be resolved by restarting the game, but I had to do this so many times that it just became a vexing experience. In time, I just kept saying to myself, okay, what's the next glitch I'm going to encounter? Oh, I'm stuck again. I have to restart and lose all this progress? Great, this is fantastic. At its core, Blair Witch is a fantastic horror game. I cannot stress that enough. It's one of Bloomer team's best projects. The fantastic atmosphere and narrative captures the franchise's lore while also providing a different take on the entire Blair Witch franchise. It's just a shame that the only thing holding this game back were preventable technical problems. It's clear that it needed another month of development in order to iron out these flaws, but despite that, Blair Witch excels at being one of the best horror games you can play right now. So those are my short impressions on Blair Witch. If you want to read the full, more detailed review, there is a link in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.